I am a madman in preparation for electronics. Look at this. Oh, we've done some hidden writing, super secret writing. So basically all this is, and we'll discuss this at a later date, but I have made different circuitry. Basically, let's zoom all the way in. Bam, now you can see it. I made circuitry. I've made a little listing of how to label stuff. Like if we come all the way down here again and go bam with the constant signal, see this right here? I can go R, U, let's go with a circle and let's make it yellow. Let's go with a windmill and let's make it cyan. And then let's go blank blank. And then go, okay, and then bam, you can see it's made that shape there for me. That's pretty freaking awesome. So yeah, we've done all that, and then this is the naming scheme for it, and then up here is all the different logic gates and some other stuff like this, crazy weird stuff down here. Oh, freaking awesome! Let's get on with the level. Well, hello everyone. Woo! Welcome back to ZomBo Land Gaming. I am ZomBo Skater, and I don't have any idea what episode this is. I want to say it's 6, it's probably 7, not sure, but we have reached level 21. So we've got the item filter unlocked. It will route items either to the top or the right output, depending on whether they match the signal from the wires layer or not. You can also pass in a Boolean signal, a 1 or a 0, to entirely activate or disable it. So that's going to be really cool. So this is going to allow us to filter items off. We're not probably going to work with this for the next few levels or whatnot. This is probably going to come into play once we get into the free play mode, which is after level 26. But we will try to explore this potentially later on in this level. Oh, so I am busy at work. I am changing up this shape right here. Our little weird layer shape here. I just do not like the cutters. I don't like what's going on. So as you're gonna see, I am starting to use the load balancers big time here in hopes that it's actually going to maintain efficiency, especially through the cutters. So as you can see right here, I'm timing them all out, trying to watch all my speeds. So we've got way more items than can fit on the belt currently, just in case, right? Just so we know that we can have plenty of items coming on. So currently we have 16 items coming into this 5-way splitter, perfectly splitting them out, coming into each one of these cutters, and we've got a pretty even split coming out of all these cutters, and then this is going off into all different directions. And then instead of doing like, let me see, where's an example? Like what we were doing here, where we're just merging them onto a belt all together, because I noticed that's part of my problem. That's why this is so big, is because I have them coming back into a 5-to-1 merger. As you can see, everything is staying at 16 here. So I'm hoping this is going to make this a whole lot more efficient. Yes, it's ginormous and silly and big, but if it can maintain the actual 16 output that my belts currently hold, this is going to make things so much better. So yes, I need to rebuild this whole entire shape, but as you saw, we reached level 21, and this is our schematic for level 21. And let me see, what are we currently running at down here? See, 16. So now this one, I didn't do the full 5-to-1 mergers on our cutters, which I should have done, but hey, we're maintaining 16, so that's pretty cool. So let's go ahead and go through this. So this shape was, let me see, delivered right here. This shape right here. So what we needed was 4 circles. 2 of them having white in the top left, bottom right, and red in the top right, bottom left, and then vice versa, right? So what we got going on here is we got our white paint being collected here. So we've just got 2 sets of painters coming in here, and I'm not using the 2-to-1s because I think that's also part of my problem, is I'm not quite understanding the ratios of this very well. So that's another reason why we're changing up the schematic over there. But so I have this coming into all of these. Once again, I'm timing everything to make sure we're getting the proper output out. So we got 2 things of white coming up in here from 1 splitting out 5 ways, because we are, painting these circles, which are coming from right here. Because we basically need 2 sets of circles. So let's see, can I pin? I don't know if I can pin something that we've already done. Yeah, we can't pin this, right? So basically, I need 2 full circles, because half of it's going to be the white this side, half it's going to be the white that way. So we're just splitting up 2 circles and essentially painting them both white, and then we're cutting them up into our pieces that we need, right? So because we have to remerge them. So what we got going on here is we got our 2 lines coming out. And if we kind of see this right here, you got the bottom left and the top right are coming over and being stacked. And then over here, you've got the opposite side. Top left and bottom right are being stacked. And so that's that portion. And then we're doing the same for red. So we basically got red paint coming in here, and we're just painting 2 full circles of red, bringing them all the way up here. Once again, 5 to 1ing them out. And look at me, I did not put speedometers on here. Bam, look at that. Once these kind of level out, you'll see that we got pretty good merging going on. But we're doing the same thing here. So we're pulling one side, which is top right and bottom left, merging, stacking them together, and then top left, bottom right, stacking them together, bringing those both over here. So then the way we're stacking these is we basically need the opposite, right? So if we got top left, bottom right, white, we need top right, bottom left of red, stacking them up into our circles, and then vice versa over here. And then what we're doing is we're bringing in all of our items. We've got basically 2 of each kind, right, of the reds and the whites. And I've just got a 4-way stacker here, stacking them perfectly. So the way we needed this, if we look back here again, the very bottom layer is going to be the whites. That's going to go into the left side of my stacker, and then we're going to stack one that has the red on the top left next. And then we're going to take that whole thing and we're going to stack a white on top of that and then a red on top of that, which is what we got going on here. You can see, it's kind of hard to see, I know, because things are moving a little bit fast, but you can kind of see right here, we've got the top left is going into the left side, the top right is going in, or sorry, the red on the top left is going in this side, blah, 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 all the way up until we get our final little target symbols coming all the way down. Whew, hopefully that made sense. Yes, it is a big. I'm sure I could have made this a hell of a lot more compact, but you know what? Compactness can be damned because I'm getting a full belt of them coming in. So what our next thing is level 22, which is this crazy little contraption. It actually looks like a speedometer, right? This is going to be crazy. So we're essentially going to need 2.5 circles, because we got half of a circle here for the yellow, half of a circle for the white, and then we've got a quarter of red and a quarter of green. So we're going to need 2.5 sets of circles to get a full belt out, and then we're going to need basically a belt of just the quarter yellow right here. So this is going to be an interesting one to build. So if we look at our pinned message here, let me get over here so I can actually see this. Boom, you're going to see our layers here. So these are individual layers, and I'm pretty sure this is going to stack relatively easily because of the way this is laid out. I don't know, to be perfectly honest, though. We're going to have to look into this, and this is going to give us a constant signal, so that's going to be kind of cool. But first things first, we need our upgrades. We are currently still sitting at basically 7s down here for rotation, and currently my rotation is, boom, only at 14 items, and our belt does 16, so we need our rotator to be up. So I am going to go off, and I'm going to fix and finish this big, huge conglomerate of a mess here, which actually looks pretty darn cool in my opinion. We're going to finish this up, get our upgrades up. I think I want to try and, well, as you notice, level 8 gets us this new symbol here. So I'm going to get both of these up to 8, and then we'll come back, and then we'll get this set up, and we'll walk through level 22. Oh boy, okay, we're back, and look at this. 16 all across the board. Holy crap, this was a lot of work, and kabam! That's, oh, well, actually, hold on, let me let me erase my my 12,734 buildings to be exact. Wow! Okay, good grief. So yes, this monstrosity here is actually super duper efficient, apparently. So we've got 16 full belts coming out. I decided to use a whole bunch of load balancers. I mean, I even have 5 to 5 load balancers going on here, and I think this is what's saving me. So let's go through this. We've seen this piece before. This is this piece right here. Only requires 2 layers, but this tricky layer here requires 2 extra stackings. So let's go on with the paint. We've got 8 sets of white, and I really probably should do an 8 to 8 balancer here, but meh. So we got 8 sets of white coming over, painting basically top left and bottom right, little semi, quarter circles, right? So that's all of that right there. And those are coming from right here. So you've got, actually, that's not where the circles are coming from, right? Is that where the circles are coming from? Where am I circling? Okay, yeah. Oh, Jesus, it's so big, it's messing me up. So yes, so we've got 8 stacks here, full belts. of this kind of weird like square and semicircle shape. And what we're doing is we're taking them out, and because of our cutters are 3 to 5, we're basically taking 1 to 5 load balancer here, splitting them out, cutting them, getting rid of the semicircle, and then redoing a 5 to 1 to get a perfect belt. Belt's coming all the way across, and now since there's 4 of each one of these, basically what we're doing here is we're taking 4 of these belts and rotating the items so that way the 2 squares are on the bottom, and this one I actually don't need to rotate, it's on the right side, which is what we want. So we got 4 full belts on the bottom, 4 full belts on the right. We're load balancing 4 to 4. Those are coming over here, coming way down here, and these are basically getting stacked. And then let's follow our path of our circles here, this big conglomerate of 8, and you can see I've got 4 to 4 load balancers here, and here we go. So what you have here is a 5 to 1 balancer, and then a 5 to 5 balancer. And the reason that being is we've got these cutters here, so we've got our weird little shape here, which is almost exactly what we need, minus one of these squares. But we are having to do some weirdness down there, which is why I have the half squares. So we're basically bringing these out. Once again, it's a 5 to 1 ratio, even though these are the bigger cutters. And then what we're doing there is we've got some of them that are rotated because we had to take this shape. And once again, our cutter is our rotator is only at 14 and our belts are at 16. So I put the little rotation here where it's only 3.2, so I knew it was going to work. So we're just rotating the shape so we can get it spun around in the right direction. And then all we're doing is taking each one of these lanes that is the same, combining them back into a full belt using this whole 5 to 5 balancer and then 5 to 1. So then we've got 4 belts of each one of these, which is top left, bottom right, and then we needed the top right of the square, which means the bottom left of the square. We've actually just gotten rid of and we're trashing. So then that all comes down here, and let's follow the circles. So we've got the circles being painted, right? And then they're coming over, and one side of it is the top left is being paired with the right side half a little square there, and that's making a shape that kind of looks like can we pull one of these off here? I don't think we can. You know, let's just do right here. This is gonna unbalance me for a second. Oh, really? Are you kidding me? Oh, I put the belt backwards, did it? There we go. Now you can see that shape right there. So it's got the square on the right and the triangle, the little semi. Oh my God, I can't word. Quarter, circle, going right there. Doesn't matter if I stack these left or right. These do not matter at this point, so that is perfectly fine. Let's put that back in there. And then, because they immediately need to be stacked with the bottom right side square, we just went ahead and tossed them on there, and you can see the weird little shape that that's producing. But adding this little right side here is giving us a solid spot to be able to stack the next piece on and make it smaller, which is what we need. And so then that is coming across, and we are taking each one of these belts because we have 4 full belts of those going on, and we're going a 1 to a 5 because we have to cut that right side piece off to get rid of the little weird like, can we get here, back here? We're getting rid of that weird square portion that's right there on the right side. So we're cutting that off right here, and then those are going out. Once again, 5 to 1 balancer to get them back in. And then we're going to take, let's go all the way up here, follow this belt right here, and we're painting the semicircle. The semicircle is then going into a 4 to 4 balancer, coming down here, and we'll just use the bottom one because it's easier. And so we've got a bottom right with a top right square. It does not matter which way you stack these. It can be left or right, doesn't matter. It's going to stack the same way. And as you can see, we are then taking let me see, let's delete this right here and get a belt so you can see that shape right there. See top right, bottom, and let's put this back in here. Boom. And then what we're doing is we're taking our crazy conglomeration over here, and now we can just stack these. Once again, doesn't matter which one of these goes left or right, but that's going to stack for our shape that we need right there. Kabam! And then all that's coming up to a 4 to 4 balancer, coming all the way out. This is going to screw up our numbers now that I've deleted some of that, but yes, we've got 16 full belts. So look at that. We are 4 full belts of 2 of the shapes that we need. Now we need to make this one right here, so we can have this right here is, from this point on, all the way up to tier 1000. There are 1,000 tiers. Each one is going to incrementally get smaller and smaller and smaller with the amount of upgrade we get. So like you can see here, we're gonna go from 8 to 8.1. I think the next one is like maybe 8.2, might be 8.15, something like that. It gets incrementally smaller as we go up, and also incrementally higher in the amount that you need for each level. So yes, in between episodes, we're gonna build this rocket ship shape, and then we'll talk about that. But we need to get on with level 22 and also get these going. This is gonna be awesome. We're gonna be tier 8 all the way across the board, which, hey, actually, guess what? Hey, our rotator is now 16. Perfect. All right, which also means we don't need these anymore. These shapes can go bye-bye, so we can actually delete all of this over here as we don't need it anymore. And once we get up to level 26 and we get into a free play kind of zone, what we're gonna do is we're gonna create a machine that can make every possible combination of shape possible. At least that's the goal. It's gonna be a little difficult. All right, guys, so I'm gonna get on with creating this shape right here, and then we'll cut back after the time lapse, and we'll discuss what this shape is going to be bringing for us. Oh boy, as you probably saw during that time lapse, good lord did I struggle. Holy crap. So I had this whole design in mind, and you saw me working on it with the 4x painter, where I was bringing both the whites and the green and the red into the 4x painter. I just could not get it to be even. It would start out perfect. It was like taking 16 divided by 2 to make 8, because they all both what it says right here, TTT, bam, it says 8 items a second, right? So one belt of 16, I should need 2 painters, boom, 8 each, and it would start out at 8, and then it would swiftly drop down to like 3 and 4, and I couldn't get them to stay. So what we ended up doing instead, hell, even look at this. This is now down. Oh, of course, this might actually be because I need to do some balancing here. Because of the way I had it all locked up. Yeah, I need to do some balancing here, which I'll do off camera, kind of like how I did with all these. But yeah, so, oh boy, so we started off with our circles here, and then to get these cutters, it's basically a 4, so we're using a 1 to 4 splitter or load balancer here, going into these cutters, and then 4 to 1 again on the 4 different pieces of the cutter. And then we've got both of these right here are both being painted white. So we've got a 1 to 6 splitter going into 6 painters, and then 6 to 1 again to get on the belt. Times dose, and we've got white paint coming all the way from up here with our 2 lanes of white, which looks like I need to fix like that right there. I must have done some horrible math or something. Good lord, whatever. Okay, so that's our white, and then we've just got red coming up here, and we're pulling a green from right here to do green and red for the other pieces. And then what we've got going on here is we needed a half circle. If we look at our little image here, we need a half circle of white, and then left side red, right side green, and then a complete half circle of yellow with one of the windmill pieces as or star pieces, I guess you would say. These are star pieces as yellow. So what we've got here is we're stacking these together to get our half of white here, and then we've got our green and our red being stacked together for the half circle, and those are being stacked on below. Sorry, the white is being stacked on top of these, and then all the way down here, we've got our weird little shape here coming up. The whole thing is being painted yellow because we're using the whole thing. So we've got our little yellow painter here with the red and greens, red coming from there, green coming from here, going into a 1 to 6 splitter so we can paint them, and then back from 6 to 1 to come out, and then going 1 to 4 load balancer to go into cutters because we only need well, we need to split that shape up, right? And then we have to rotate this little star piece around because we need to make sure that we can cut it again because we need the little star piece, and then we can get rid of the other side of it. And then we've got to rotate that around 180 to get it in the right orientation. And then we're basically stacking the circle on top of the star piece. That way we get the circle going smaller than necessary because it's stacking at least on one side on top of something, as you can kind of see here. Let's go ahead and stop this. You can see right there. So the circle is stacking on top of the star piece. And then we've just got that whole entire thing coming up, being stacked on top of the prior stacked items to give us our little speedometer piece out. And it is unfortunately not quite load balanced. And I'm sure this probably just screwed up our numbers a bit. We were at 9. So what we need to do now is basically just wait for these to get up to 25 to unlock level 22. And I did, as you might have seen in the time lapse there, I did go ahead and do the tier 7 upgrade on here. So now we are forevermore all the way up to tier 1000, needing this little piece here, which I'm going to set up most likely in between episodes and get that up and running, and we will discuss how it works in the next episode. But I'm gonna let this thing go ahead and get up to 25k, and I'm gonna play around with some balancing over here while we're waiting around. Why not? And then as soon as we're back at 25k, that's probably gonna call it an episode today, because good lord, have I done a epic amount of stuff today. I mean, we did all this, all of that, all of that, and struggled horrendously with this. All right, guys, I'll see you after we're back at 25k. Oh, well, we've done it. We've reached level 22. You've unlocked the constant signal building on the wires layer. This is useful to connect it to item filters. For example, the constant signal can emit a shape, color, or boolean. So this is going to be interesting. This looks like a way to set a constant, like, hey, I want this shape to go that way, I want this shape to go that way, don't worry about turning this on and off, just keep it on the entire time and filter these out. So we'll definitely kind of take a look at that. And oh god, I've been struggling with this the entire time. I think, look at this, what are we, 13.9. So I did make it a little better. Holy crap, look at this pineapple-y looking shape. 14, I mean, we got up to 14. It's the initial thing here. It has to do with when you finally get everything connected at the end. It's you basically have to have this right here evenly proportioned prior to starting up your machine, and that's kind of where I'm at. You can kind of see right now we're sitting at 14, and it's probably being backed up by one of these here. Well, no, they're all at 14, for crying out loud. What in the hell is going on? Did I make... What are these? These are at 2 items a minute, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, that's 8. So I have a perfect amount of stackerinos. So why are we only outputting 14 for crying out loud? What is going on here? 16 items. 1 to 6. The painters? Is it the painters? Let's go. Yeah, right here. 2.66 items. It's basically 3 row. That's 2.5, right? 2.5. That'd be 5, 10, 15. Yeah, so I mean, it's 6. I guess maybe we really needed 7 painters just to kind of cover that last little 0.1 or whatever. Maybe that's what it is that we should have probably used 7 instead of 6 painters. But anyway, guess what? Don't need those anymore. We're done with that. Whoo-wee. All right, guys. Well, that was a ridiculous amount of stuff and things for this episode. We've got all of this working, and now we're up level 22, which is pretty awesome. If we go down in here, we should be able to, yeah, see right here. This is the constant signal. Oh, whoa. Oh, that's cool. Oh, that's pretty cool. I don't know when we would use this because we're just gonna do a full belt of everything. Like, I'm never gonna do partial belts of stuff, so I don't know what I would actually use that for. I don't even know where it went. And then we still haven't used this. The wire crossing allows 2 wires across without that's kind of cool. So you can go boom, and they're not connected to each other. Like, if we go like this, boop, 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 boop. Oh, that's cool. All right, okay. Can I control? There we go. That might become useful later. Oh, I like it. And what else do we get here? Here's our filter. So this requires power. So let's put a little button right here and then go into E mode, grab this out, and do we have to do like one of the, how do we power this? Oh, it is just powered. The button's right there. Boop. Okay, so then if we have, say, a belt of, why am I in E again? Yeah, let's just go here to the color. We'll grab this. We'll grab this, and we're gonna merge these two together, right? No, not. There we go. Boom, boom. We're gonna take you all the way up here to like this, and then we're gonna take you like this. Oh yeah, okay. So all right, so we got some separation here. So right now, if I don't have any filtration, it's going that way. But how do I? Oh God. So. Oh, hold on. Oh, so the pulse, like, let's just keep this clean. So right now, with it being on, it goes through the left side. With it being off, it goes right side. Oh, that's a way that we could maybe use this thing that I was trying to do earlier, where we have like this right here, and then do like a little, like where we were storing it, like let's say right here, like this, boom, boom, like that, right? And so right now we'd be dumping it to trash, but if we turn it this way, then that's going to our component. Okay, so that'd be a way for us to do overflow protection. Oh, that's interesting. That's very interesting. All right, anyway, let's go back with the constant pulse, and boom. Do we have to get rid of this? No, boom. Okay. And then we're going to go, no, E. We want a constant pulse. Bam. And then let's say green dye. And then if we back out of that, oh, yeah, dope. Okay, that's kind of cool. We could utilize that big time when it comes to making our big, huge automated factory. Anyway, bye-bye. Oh, boy. All right, so in between episodes, I'm going to build this up, because I'd like to have it as quality as these, where it's a constant steady 16 coming in. And plus we need all these for all these upgrades, right? So from this point on, from here to tier 1000, it's just using these 3 shapes. So I'm gonna build this up in the off time, and I'm just gonna let us get, I'd like to get up to 10 times speed, so that's a whole lot of waiting. It's just a whole lot of just sitting around doing nothing. Plus we have this right here to unlock the display. So this is a weird pineapple-y upside down cake shape. So we're gonna have to figure that out. That's gonna come next episode. But anyway, I'm rambling on now. Thanks so much for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed the little time-lapse-y portion and got to observe my frustrations in dealing with cutters and painters. But hey, we managed to get a decent amount of items coming in, get some upgrades going on. We cleared 2 more levels. We only have 23, 24, 25, 26, 4 more levels to go until we are essentially done with the game, and then on to just randomized free play mode, which was where the real fun for most people begins, because we get to make these big, huge factories. But good gracious, once again, I'm starting to ramble. Don't forget to hit like, comment, subscribe, share with the universe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Ta-ta for now. Bye!